Welcome back to Merce Reviews. Today I will be reviewing the 2019 Nissan Murano SV. So on your key fob, you will see 4 different buttons, and your remote start is on the first one at the top. But before you can even start your car, the car has to be unlocked. And right after you lock the car, hold down that starter button at the top for up to about 5 seconds or until you hear the car actually rev up. So before you could actually put your car into gear, you have to put your foot on the brake and actually hit that start button to get the car into actual driving mode. Now, if you were to put the car into drive, it actually would shut down. So here's the startup, easy as it can be. You push the brake, you hit the start, and it actually comes up with a cool little animation of the car itself. So just how my dash is set up, I have audio, information, fuel economy, driving aids, tire pressure only when moving, warnings, and settings. So I'm going to actually start off with my driving aids. As you can see, that's our blind spot, and that's what is on the side of our mirrors. Will flash or anything like that. Like I said before, tire pressure, but in the settings, we're going to just scroll through driver assistance. I mean, you can actually go through every single one of these, which I think I will actually do. So like parking aids, have all the sensors and the displays on. The volume is not that bad, and it's about an outrage. Emergency brake set. You could also set timers and show low temperature rates and all that stuff. So, I mean, you can also customize the displays of like how you want to actually scroll through it. I'm going to leave mine as it is because I actually kind of like it, but you could change that. Car icon colors. I mean, the fact that you can pick the color of your car as your icon is pretty sweet, which I'm going to keep it with blue. You have Econ Saver. You can view the history. And then your welcome effect when you start the car, which it's pretty basic. It doesn't show much. Vehicle settings, you can turn like the rear door alert, which will actually honk if someone's in the back. You have your locking settings, auto lock doors. I mean, you can turn it on and off. I have my ignition off. The doors will actually unlock. You can do a shift and park and all the other things in that matter. My wipers, you can do speed dominant. I like to control my wipers. You can do the remote engine start, which mine will stay on. Maintenance wise, you could actually set how many miles for each oil, tire, or anything else to remind you. Clock, easy to set, but you can't really do that in the dash. And then your tire pressure units, which is in PSI. You can change your unit of measures, temperatures. You can do languages between all of that. As you can see there, English, French, and Spanish. Key link settings, there's actually a lot involved with that, but my one key will do that. You can always factory reset, which I will not. So the next feature I want to cover, which is actually an update to cruise control. Just like any other cruise control, you could set it, everything's the same, but this one uses the sensors that the car has to keep a certain distance away from the car in front of you. So 1 will be 1 car away, 2 will be 2, and 3 would be 3 cars leg distance away, while you don't even have to put your foot on the brake or anything like that. It will brake for you on the highway. So now I'll show you with an actual demo of using the cruise control. Here I'm going to set it up right now. Going to make it go to 77 miles per hour on the highway. So we're coming up onto a semi, and as you can see, and the bottom, we are actually slowing down because it realizes that we are about 1 car's length away from the truck ahead of us. So I'm going to do a little lane change and show you how the car will actually speed itself back up to our desired speed. So now I'm going to show you how the speed will increase. So I'm going to increase it up to 80 and you see the car will catch up to that speed. So now let's move over to the entertainment system in the car. I went to the main menu to show you at least like how we have it set up as of right now, which we didn't change it that much, to be honest. But you could actually customize for different widgets in different ways, which I will not change. But you can make a couple shortcuts as well. It's kind of cool. Going on to the cell phone. My phone is actually connected. You can set up quick dials, which I do not have, but you can look through your phone book, call history, dial your numbers, and things in that matter. You could actually make it light auto, which will go by off of the day and night, and you can make it into night mode. Audio is kind of cool. Mine is on the Bluetooth audio at the moment, but you could go through AM, FM, Sirius Radio, which we have for 3 months for free, Bluetooth audio, and USB. The touchscreen is pretty straightforward with everything else that you've seen out there that has a touchscreen. I'm personally not a favorite of the touchscreens, but the fact that this one stays relatively clean is worth it. So now that since I made it back to the screen that I wanted to, we're going to move on to the camera. It's pretty cool feature, the fact that you can see a bird's eye view all the way around. I mean, you have your front, and then you can also see on your right hand side is the passenger side to see how close your door would actually open. Also back to sourcing and stuff, volume up, skipping to the next and all that, and then also your back button, which is pretty cool. You could actually get your bass by pushing the tune and scroll button, which you can push it, it goes treble, balance, fade, all the other stuff, and you can turn it side to side of where you want to go. So next we can go through to your connections to connect phones, as mine is connected since my phone is closest, even though it's not my car. Wi-Fi, which I haven't figured out yet, which I might come out with another video for that, and USB, which you can connect to Apple CarPlay and also with Android Play. I don't remember the name. Going through, just pushing all the different buttons, system info, vehicle wireless transmitted. I mean, stuff that really doesn't pertain to most users. And we'll go over the settings. Once again, another one for connections, phone, sound, volume beeps, which you can turn that up and down. Your clock, this is where you could actually set it, as we showed before when we were in our dashboard. Customizing the home menu, this is another way to get back to what we showed before. Customizing audio sources, same thing, what we've seen before. And system voice, which you can make it into a male or female. Mine's set as a female, haven't really changed it yet. You can even speed up how fast they speak, which I guess in the middle is all right. It's not terribly slow, but not fast. Your camera button, you can see the different displays. You can actually brighten it up, use contrast, tint, color, or your black level. I'll show you here. Actually, I'm going to bring it down to see if you can see a difference. Come on. All right. Slowly trying to get it back up to the top and see the brightness and saturation, but we're going to leave that back in the middle. There we go. So I'll go back. Others, let's see. So your languages, units, basically stuff that we saw in the other one. Your display, what I'm actually using right now on the touchscreen, you can do the brightness and darkness and all that other stuff. You can actually add apps, like I told you before. Apple CarPlay is on here. And the way I have it set up is if I connect my phone to the USB port, it automatically does Apple CarPlay, which I will show you here later. So down to the climate control, you have the auto, push, all the same, and I actually am controlling different sides, but you can actually push the button, you can get dual to control both sides, which, I mean, me and my mom used to just do opposite. Fan up and down, different modes, so we have it on our face, click it there, you can do top, bottom, feet, your front window or not, I mean, same modes that you can see in all the other cars. Front and back defroster, you have your AC, and then you also have all the other modes. I don't even know what these are called, but I use them sometimes. And then on and off button. So now I want to show you guys something else that I personally love, and I'll show you guys. So that's just with one click, you get the front, but it actually a sunroof that goes all the way to the back. The panorama roof is just awesome to me, even though I don't always roll around with it down. I mean, come on now. You can literally get sunroof privileges all the way in the back seat. Like, that's pretty cool to me. But, you know, a little small input that I like about the car. So now I'm in the back seat, normal back seat, short people problems. I don't really have a problem with leg rooms. But the cool thing is that you can charge your phone from the back seat. And then you also have a couple of air vents. But, I mean, it's not bad. So in the back, it has a capability of moving the seat back into a reclining form. It's only one down. And then you also, it's just that little small latch on the side like I showed you. And you can actually bring this all the way down for more cargo space for the trunk. So onto the trunk. I mean, it's a hatchback. Trunk space is pretty big. This level right here will actually drop the back seat, which is pretty awesome. At least I feel like it is. And the same on the opposite side is the pulley lever for the back side. And just like before, it has the little latches on the seats as I showed you before. Underneath is the spare tire, and then this car also uses Bose speakers, so that's pretty awesome. Took me a while to figure this one out, but I found the jack to lift up the car, and then it also has wheel locks as well, which is actually in that bag where I will keep it. Has a charging outlet in the back, which most people don't sit back there, but you know, why not? So yeah, this is a trunk space. So I'm gonna demonstrate how these sensors and the cameras will actually activate when you get close to certain things. So I'm gonna slowly move forward into my garage. So there's the first sonar that is picked up that there's boxes in front of us. And when that happens, of course, as you can see, the camera will pop up to give you a visual in the bird's eye and also on the front bumper. So it's not just blindly by your sonar. So I pulled out the car again so you guys can see when the actual display will switch over to the camera mode when it detects that something is close. So let's see, should be close. There we go, there's the noises. So once again, sonar, your actual visual and audio indication showing that you're gonna hit the small boxes in front of us, I guess, even though we're not as close as you think. So I'm gonna hit in reverse. You can see Gabe in the background. That's my car right there, my Nissan Sentra, awesome car. Awesome thing about this, as you can see, wait a minute, see if this adjusts, there it goes, camera adjusted, that you can see the shadow and the picture pretty clearly of where my car was. So I'm gonna shift back into drive, as you can see, try to switch this camera over, up, got the side of my passenger mirror. Usually it doesn't show, it's going to do what you saw in the beginning, where it's just a different display, but I guess since we backed up and forward, it wants to make sure we know where we're going. But yeah, man, this thing's annoying. But it's for a good reason. I wonder if there's a way to actually turn that off, but probably not. So let me hop out the car to show you guys exactly how far I was from the boxes. You would have thought I would have hit it, but I didn't. But yeah, here's proof. So I'm gonna go through the Apple CarPlay real quick and just show you a couple of the apps. Considering that this video is already kind of long, I'm gonna fly through this one. I'm also gonna fly through a Android CarPlay. All right, we made it to the end of the video. Thank you so much for toughing through it. I know this video was pretty long, but I felt like it was needed for a car review, even though we didn't even get through everything, but we got a good portion of it. So thank you again. All right, well, leave a thumbs up if you liked it. You know what to do if you didn't, down in the comments. Please do us a big old favor and let us know what you didn't like about this video, what you want to see in future videos. And even if you liked the video, go ahead and write down what you liked about this video. That will help out immensely. Go ahead and subscribe to our channel. I know we're small, but we're growing, and that is the plan. And don't forget to hit the notification button so when we do drop new videos, you guys will be notified right away. But other than that, thank you, and I'll see you guys next time. When